Alright, quick pit stop. How does a CVT actually work? Parts first. Two main pulleys. Belt chain primary pulley, engine side, secondary pulley, wheel side. Each pulley has two cone-shaped halves. They can move closer together or move farther apart. When they squeeze in, the belt rides higher, bigger effective diameter. When they spread out, the belt rides lower, smaller diameter. Add a tension steel belt or a chain that can handle serious load. Then you've got actuators, usually hydraulic, sometimes electric stepper motors pushing those pulley halves in and out. An ECU reads throttle speed and load and tells the actuators where to set the ratio. Upstream, many CVTs use a torque converter or a wet start clutch to get you moving smoothly from a stop. There's also a pump for hydraulic pressure sensors and cooling to keep heat in check. At launch, the engine pulley is small and the output pulley is big. That's a low ratio. More torque to the wheels, less speed. As you accelerate, the ECU squeezes the engine pulley tighter, making it bigger, and relaxes the output pulley, making it smaller. The ratio slides continuously instead of stepping through fixed gears. That's why revs can hold steady. While speed climbs, it's picking the exact ratio the engine likes for power or efficiency. Smooth acceleration, no shift shock, and the engine can hang out in its sweet spot. Downsides? If tuning is lazy, you get that rubber band feel. Revs flare before speed catches up. Heavy loads and heat can stress the belt, so cooling matters and control matters. Manual modes in some CVTs just fake steps for feel. Think of it like a bicycle with infinite gears. Always the right gear, no clicking between them. Two variable pulleys, one tough belt smart control, and a ratio that never runs out of rungs. Simple idea, clever execution.